it's Maria from HockeyTrainingPro.com and UltimateGoalieTraining.com, and I wanted to share with you a little bit of information about how the hip flexors and the glutes work together. So the hip flexors are on the front of the hip. The glutes, of course, are our backside, what we sit on all day when we're at work or at school. And so here's the issue. A lot of us have sedentary lives, so we're sitting at desks or sitting in the car, or we go home and we sit on the sofa, and these muscles in the front of our hips, they are in a shortened position, a chronically shortened position, and they get tight because our body just adapts to whatever position we put it in. And then add on top of that the fact that we play hockey, which is in a hip flex position. These muscles never get a chance to lengthen out. Well, then interestingly, the way the body works, often if people have tight hip flexors, it inhibits their glutes from working. So now we have a tightness here, which has a big impact on our back position, but then we have a relative weakness, or really more of an inhibition. So the muscle isn't necessarily weak, it just doesn't work on the back side. And that can create an imbalance across the hip, but it can also have a huge impact on the strain and the stress put on your back. So I want to go over sort of a three-step approach to helping correct this. So the first is going to be self-myofascial release of the hip flexors, because we have to get those loosened up and to let go a little bit. Then we're going to stretch them, static stretch them, and then finally we're going to activate the glutes. So here we go, this is what it'll look like. We're going to start with myofascial release on the hip flexors. Now, if you're like a little baby and you don't like to be in pain, you can use the foam roll. We'll all like make sucky noises and do that kind of thing. We see you do it, but it's okay. If you're in the privacy of your own home, it's your business. But so you'll put that foam roller on the front of your hip and you'll roll. And you might want to even get to the edge a little bit so that you can get in there. Otherwise, it just kind of rolls on your hip bone. So you'll roll around, but what I like is the lacrosse ball or the tennis ball. So basically, here's my hip bone, and I've got it just inside my hip bone, and I'm rolling in here. And I might roll around side to side a bit too to find some trigger points or little knots. You'll know because they'll be like, you! And then when I find one of those, I might even sit on that for a little bit until it releases. So this is what it looks like. You'll get some really weird looks in the gym when you do this, so maybe do it at home. So I'll do that for about 30 seconds on each side. Then step 2 is to stretch them out a little bit. So we'll use 2 stretches. 2 of my favorites, I always talk about them, but here, and the big thing is make sure to keep your neutral back position. Don't let your back extend as you do it. Keep tall in your spine. You'll hold that for 30 seconds. And then the other one we'll do is here. I'm tucking my rear end underneath to feel a stretch in here. And then I'm going to side bend away. And I'll hold that for 30 seconds. So from the front, it looks like that. And I'm really reaching with this arm because that fascia is going to connect all the way down. And then the third part of this process is activating the glutes. And this is a modified Superman. I think I stole this exercise from Nick Tuminello, who's has some really great ideas. But basically, here is my Superman position where I might do exercise like that. But you're going to sit down on this leg as far as you comfortably can and keep a neutral back, so don't get rounded over. Even if you have to come up on your hands a little bit, that's okay. Now, what you're going to do is reach around and feel your glutes and then lift that knee off the ground. A bunch of you will probably be surprised to find that you can lift your knee without using your glutes at all. You have to actually think about it. Squeeze your glutes and extend that knee. So make sure you do feel what's going on, because unless I feel it with my hand, I have trouble telling if I'm getting my glutes to turn on or not. So again, maybe a few exercises you don't want to do at the gym. Grab your butt, roll it around on your tummy. But really good ones you should do. If you are a student, work at a desk, have a long commute, sit on the sofa when you get home from work, and play hockey, those are must-do exercises. Even if you think, oh, my hips are fine, but I have low back pain, do those exercises. I'll bet you your low back pain will get better. Thanks again.